Hey, guys. Awesome. On this episode of Untapped Arkansas, we're taking you on a little bit of a journey. First, we're starting off on the Missouri-Arkansas line at MacaDoodles, where you can find an incredible selection of craft beer and have a little taste or two as well. Then, up next, Northwest Arkansas with Blossom Brewing Company. Then we're going to round things out in the River Valley with Fort Smith Brewing Company. It's all coming up next on Untapped Arkansas. Dustin.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
Good. So here with Dustin, the beer manager at wonderful MacaDoodles, and just looking at this incredible beer selection. And how do you guys do it? How do you choose the beers?
Oh my goodness. Well, we just kind of take what the customers give us, what they tell us, and what we kind of talk amongst ourselves about, and we just talk with the distributors, say, hey, what you got, and tell us what you got new. Let's bring it all in. Let's try it all. Test it out in the back room, and we sell it, and we make room for it. And
you're like, it's just
fun.
Magic, Brett. It's just magic. No, but it's really impressive because I imagine you're a beer guy, so it's like,
absolutely.
What is your style?
Stouts and porters.
Stouts and porters.
Always.
So when someone comes in and they might not know what they're looking for, and you guys probably have a ton of different stouts and porters, I mean, how do you take me on that journey? How do you get them into the beer that they're, it's like a car.
Well,
how do you get them into the beer that they're looking for?
Fair enough.
But, yeah.
Well, usually I just start off with, do you like sweet? Do you like dry? Let's start there. Do you like hoppy? Do you like malty? Do you like a little bit of caramel? And I let them kind of lead me, actually. I kind of, just hint that, give them a little hint.
Take those cues and then kind of run
absolutely.
with it. So I imagine with the selection that you guys have, there's a lot of, some national things, but then it's just a lot of things around the area, regionally, locally and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
And I imagine you guys like to kind of keep those on the forefront as well.
Oh, yes.
That signature for Arkansas.
Definitely.
So how many times do you get someone that, do they ever come back and be like, hey, I tried this and it was awesome and I never thought I would have liked that before, but it's a new go-to, and then they get it from here on out?
Oh, absolutely. And usually that's when I get that first name basis and that handshake, and then we're solid.
Awesome.
And we're communicating, and they're telling me when they want me to find them a beer, and I'm looking for it.
Communicating with Dustin and all the fun stuff going on.
Always.
Which also brings me to the point, so Beer 101, they have classes.
Yes, sir.
So that happens on a certain weeknight or whatever, and people get to come in and...
Yes, sir. It's on the second Thursday of every month at 6:30 p.m., and it's free to everybody. You just show up. We do have an email service. You can leave your name and number, and we'll call you, let you know, remind you that what the topic of the class is, whether we're going distributor or if we're going style of beer like our stouts, or if we're going to do an IPA class.
Because I'm a hophead, I'm an IPA guy, and I know that can be kind of a polarizing style for a lot of people. They're like, oh, I don't want, if someone's really wanting to kind of get into the craft beer thing, they could still go to a class that would be specifically on IPAs, not saying that's coming up or whatever, and learn what it's all about, and maybe they get a little more knowledge, and maybe they want to try it. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't, but at least they kind of took that step. So
and it gives them a platform to speak right then and there as a group and stuff, and people get to connect and they get to learn, they get to discuss, like, hey, I like this style, I like that, and I learn a lot just having those people here every month. That's very cool.
Well, and that's what we find it's all about, because everyone thinks beer is this big mysterious creature that's out there, and with so many things it can be a little bit overwhelming. But when you break it down and you find out that what someone thought they didn't like before they might like now, stouts. My wife is not a beer drinker, but she really likes stouts. And it's just kind of a beautiful thing to figure that out. So I really like that the selection reflects that you guys have the people in place to really help people figure that out.
Oh, yes.
And the selection that just has that full spectrum. There's always going to be something. That's what I like about it, is that discovery process.
Yes,
so when you take
beautiful.
someone on that journey, what makes you happiest, when you see that you get them something that they're just excited about, and they're going to go home and try it and enjoy it? How does that feel?
To be honest, I love it when a person leaves here and they're like holding this package, and I'll catch them like taking a second look at it, and like as they're walking up to the register, like, oh, I can't wait to try this and stuff. And it's just nice, like
awesome.
Maybe open up their views,
And I see that you guys actually have your own branded IPA and stout.
Yes, sir, we do.
How long has that been a thing?
Almost a year now, actually. Yeah, we closed the deal last April, I believe. Very cool.
Amazing.
Very
That's
cool.
amazing.
It's been beautiful liquid. We roll it off the shelves as soon as we put it in our cooler.
Beautiful
cases
liquid
by the week.
from the mouth of Dustin. Beautiful liquid.
It really is.
But I'm an IPA guy, but I also like stouts as well. So I'm really looking forward to trying the MacaDoodles beers. So
absolutely, I believe Tasha's got some. We're at our tasting.
That's what I was thinking, and so I think my next stop is going to be over to Tasha to kind of figure out what's going on with the MacaDoodles, beers here, the IPA and stout for now?
I think you're gonna be excited about them. I really do.
I'm gonna go check that out. Well, go ahead and get back to what you're doing. I appreciate your time.
Will do, buddy. It's very good to see you.
We're gonna go find Tasha.
Awesome.
Hey, Tasha.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good. I was just with Dustin and talking about tasting some of the fine things we were talking about, like the IPA and the stout from you guys.
Absolutely. So let's get that going.
MacaDoodles IPA and stout. It's a beautiful thing. You guys have your own beer. That is so amazing.
Are you okay if we start with the IPA?
Let's do it. Let's jump right in.
All right.
I'm an IPA guy, so I really like a good hoppy offering.
Okay, so that's what we have here in our IPA. This is a special recipe that we have made.
That you made yourself, I'm sure, right? Yeah.
I wish. Yeah. But I think in the house of craft beers and what people are looking for, they're always looking for something really good, and we're just another option. And what's really important to us is price.
Okay. So a good price point on this, but really as an IPA drinker, that's a solid offering right there. Not too over the top. It's got a nice balance to it. I'm a fan.
When it comes to craft beers that you saw with Dustin.
Exactly.
Lots and lots of choices. The great thing here is that we actually allow our customers to taste things. So they're getting a little bit of that feel and that flavor so that they can tickle your taste buds here at MacaDoodles.
Ah, I see. No, but that's really smart though, because I mean, you want people to be confident in what they're buying. And
absolutely.
If you can open up some new horizons of people as well, I mean.
But if you like that, I think you're probably gonna like our stout.
Okay, and I do love stouts as well, so I'm happy about this.
Okay, so let me
More
know.
samples. How can you not be happy? I'm happy about this. This is where I say things that are very obvious, but it's fun. So, okay.
So this is the MacaDoodle stout, right?
I always got to smell. I just got to get the nose on there.
Get your
that's
nose
part
on
of
there.
It, you know?
A real good milk stout, rich in flavor.
Oh, that's again a true stout style. You know, that's right up there with a lot of the other stouts that I've had. And it sounds generic, but that's a good solid stout.
We have a lot of customers who are very pleasantly surprised when they come to the tasting bar on the weekends and they don't know that we carry it and they come pick it up. So as you guys were looking at craft beers, Dustin and I had talked, and I think I have something that might be up your alley.
Okay.
So from the makers of Founders, they have KBS. So this is a chocolate coffee stout, and this has been aged in bourbon barrels.
Awesome.
Are you okay with trying this one today?
Absolutely.
All
absolutely.
Right.
Let's see how Founders does. And do you like this one as well?
Yeah, it's a look for me. I'm not kind of a stout girl, but I know that we have a lot of people who are huge fans, and they're always looking for something that's different.
You do get the barrel app. That's rich.
Yeah.
That's really, really rich. I don't know what this is, but this apparently is rich.
You
this
feel
is rich.
this.
Yeah. So.
Well, and the other great thing about that is here at MacaDoodles that it opens up something new to some of the whiskey customers.
Right.
You know, we sell a lot of great whiskey here, and so one of the things is that they're always looking for something to accompany that and really stay on the same tone.
Notes. And I see that leads us into another one that you have here, so very good.
One of our pride and joys here at MacaDoodles really is our hand select barrel items. This is something we can do that nobody else can offer their customers. And so we have our own whiskey club, and they go taste different barrels, and then they hand select for our customers some of the best whiskey items. So today, I've got some Knob Creek for you to try.
Ooh.
120 proof. You can only get it here at MacaDoodles. Rich vanilla.
Vanilla is what I'm getting right off the bat. That is smart. That is really nice. And it's all here, at the tasting room at MacaDoodles. I mean, look for what you want. Maybe come see Tasha, see what's on the board.
Yeah,
give it a sample.
Something new every weekend to try out here at MacaDoodles.
Cheers.
BV Bar and Grill, where speakeasy meets sports bar. Indulge in some of the best comfort food around. Enjoy one of our handcrafted cocktails or local microbrews on tap. Over a dozen large screen TVs for you to catch the game and cheer on your favorite team. Open to the public 7 days a week from 11 to 9. Be sure to stop by during happy hour for daily food and drink specials from 3 to 6 p.m. BV Bar and Grill, 98 Clubhouse Drive in Bella Vista.
Are you happy with your sales results? Is your agency giving you a headache? Can't get things done on time? Are you looking for impactful and engaging big ideas to grow your brand? Do you need traffic stopping point of sale materials? With our new state-of-the-art facility in Northwest Arkansas and our experienced industry professionals, we deliver solutions that are engaging, effective, and executable. And we get it done all under one roof. Give us a call or visit us at BravisAgency.com. The Bravis Agency can help.
All right, so we made it to Northwest Arkansas, and here we are at Blossom Brewing Company. Guys, they have the full artisan experience. They have a bakery on site. Obviously, they brew their own beer, and they have a full restaurant. Let's go see what it's all about. All right, so we've made it to Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville specifically, and here we are at Blossom Brewing Company with Ching, one of the owners. Ching, cheers.
Cheers.
Right off the bat. Okay. So, I mean, it's gorgeous in here.
Thank you.
I heard there's a little story on how you guys got the decor and...
So yes, the decor. There's a long story involved, but I'll give you the short version. Essentially, one of our business partners had bought most of the bar equipment as far as the woodwork about nearly a decade ago, and the plan was to open up a Irish brew pub in town. That particular business plan never came about, and so within about a year or two after that time, our business partners finally got together and started talking about this concept. And just magically, you know, we got a deal on a handcrafted bar from Ireland. I mean, pennies on the dollar, and we already had part of the equation already in place for the business to come about. So
it was meant to be. And it's not just a pretty facade. I mean, you guys brew, obviously, because you're a brewing company. You have a full restaurant here and a bakery on top of that. I mean, that's a dance. I mean, I don't know how you guys, you know,
it is. It's a little bit of a glutton for punishment in some respects, because there's a lot of work in every one of those businesses.
And we assume the bakery items are worked obviously into the menu items. I mean, that's why you would do it, you know, obviously. So tell me, how does that work? I mean, like the buns or anything baked? I mean.
Yes, so all of our bread products that we have here and all of our desserts are created in-house. And our bakery department also produces several different items wholesale to other accounts in the area that sell for us.
Okay.
So we're very happy with it.
As it fits with the menu too, I mean, like you guys have a rich menu that I can't wait to dive into a couple of more items to see, you know, what everything tastes like. But I mean, that's the full package. And then how you have the opportunity to, you know, pair it with the beers that you guys do. And so flagship wise, I mean, what are your flagship beers?
Gosh, we've got a couple. The Fayette Vice is definitely one of them. Which nicknamed, the Fayette Vice is also nicknamed the Gateway Beer because it's our lightest product.
That's the Berliner Weisse style, right?
It's similar.
Similar, okay.
The Berliner Weisse is a little bit different, but as far as the taste profile, it's on the lighter end of things.
I have failed with my beer knowledge.
No, you're just fine. You're just fine. But the Fayette Vice, we also have the Arkansas American Pale Ale.
Okay.
Which is a cross between an IPA and an APA. It's definitely very heavy on the nose as far as what people like as far as the hop smells. But some of the other more popular products that we have here include like our coffee stout. We've got the Brute style, the Soulless Ginger.
And the orange wheat that we're drinking here,
the orange wheat is actually one of our
which is amazing as well, and I feel like I need to cheers again on that. That's a lighter beer, but has body and has character to it, which I'm really happy about.
It's a craft beer version of a very popular commercial domestic style that's out there currently. So we're happy with it, and actually this is one of our flagships. It's becoming one of our flagships. We just had it for not quite 2 years out, so we're very happy with it.
I mean, what a beautiful space to be in. Like I said, I mean, literally the space that we're in, but just what you guys get to do and developing those menu items and natural pairings going on with the brews that you guys do. And I'm gonna go chat with Evan now and find out, you know, in the brew house, it's like we do our flagships, but we also have room to kind of experiment a little bit and kind of follow the trends and just keep up with what people like to taste.
We like to have fun. I know he's looking forward to talk to you about a lot of that stuff too.
Well, I'm sure you're comfortable here, so I'm gonna cheers one more time and I'm gonna pop over and see Evan on that.
Thank you, pleasure.
Brett! There you are, bud.
I knew there was an Evan back here.
Yeah, it's me.
That's what Ching was saying. Well, nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you too. Cheers.
Cheers. The incredible brew house at Blossom Brewing Company. Tell us about the space you guys have here. I mean, this is impressive.
Well, thank you very much. So from a technical side, this is a 10-barrel brew house. Most of the fermenters are going to be 10-barrel as well. We've got Calvin here, our big 20-barrel fermenter that we do our more mainstays, the stuff that we just keep running out of. So our Fayette Vice, the Orange Wheat, and your favorite, the Brute, is probably going to be graduating up to the big one. We just keep running out of it.
Ching and I were talking about the Earl Grey ESB.
Right.
That sounds amazing. What's the story behind what we're doing here?
So you're seeing that being brewed all around you today. That is the first craft beer collaboration in Arkansas history. We made it a few years ago thanks to Josiah Moody from Moody Brews. And he also brews for Vino's down in Little Rock right now. But he brought this amazing recipe kind of a little bit before tea kind of became a popular addition, but instead of any bittering hops, we use the Earl Grey tea, and so you also get those lovely bergamot notes in there as well, and it's an extra special bitter, so it's a lovely middle-of-the-road beer. It's an excellent spring and summer beer, so we're very excited to have that going into the next few seasons.
I love it. I love the mindset behind it, and I mean, ESB, it's not like it's an arcane style, but a lot more people are, so hats off to you guys for keeping that alive, and I can't wait to try that when that comes out. That just sounds amazing. And then specifically, what I have here is...
So what you've got there is the bourbon barrel aged hazy morning coffee stout. So we start with our breakfast stout that's called Two Black, that's right, get in there. We start with the breakfast stout, which we call Two Black Dogs, and then we're gonna add 10 pounds of our house roast, which is made locally by the Arcega's Roastery. And so there's gonna be a lot of caffeine in there, Brett, watch out.
Like, that's what people want, is me on more caffeine.
Yeah, the rest of the day is gonna be fantastic.
Tell us about it, Evan, tell us!
Exactly, get excited. So after that, we're gonna put it in some Four Roses barrels and let it age for a while there, and then you get the final product right there.
That is super smooth.
It is.
I mean, you get, like you see, you get every aspect of everything you just talked about there, but it just dances well together, you know? I'm just gonna say things that sound like that they could be some kind of a metaphor or whatever, but
it dances well.
No, but that's really, really nice, because I think a lot of people that might be afraid, you know, again, of looking at something that looks like it would be a heavier beer, but it actually just, it's there.
It's very approachable.
But ABV-wise, I imagine that's probably because of the, the aging and whatnot, so it's a little stronger, so you might want to sip this one and not just,
Correct, so that's why we've got it in the Tulip. We want to take it a little easy and just make sure you can really enjoy it.
Okay, and the names for the beers here, I mean, where do you guys come up with
Well, in that one in particular, Two Black Dogs came from that my partner Sammy and I both owned Black Dogs, simply enough. And then Hazy Morning, we wanted to name that coffee stout because we're located here on the north side of Fayetteville, so we're right by Lake Fayetteville. So there's so many mornings where we get this lovely fog coming through the forest and kind of greeting us in the mornings. We've all had hazy mornings, and so we wanted to kind of be able to honor our place here in Fayetteville and that beauty.
And I think you guys need to come, get a flight, try a bunch of them, and just enjoy your time here and chat people up. Evan likes to talk, and that's awesome.
A lot.
And really give yourself the full experience that you can only get at Apple Blossom Brewing Company. Cheers again.
Cheers to you.
So we can cover.
BV Bar and Grill, where speakeasy meets sports bar. Indulge in some of the best comfort food around. Enjoy one of our handcrafted cocktails or local microbrews on tap. Over a dozen large screen TVs for you to catch the game and cheer on your favorite team. Open to the public 7 days a week from 11 to 9. Be sure to stop by during happy hour for daily food and drink specials from 3 to 6 p.m. BV Bar and Grill, 98 Clubhouse Drive in Bella Vista.
Are you happy with your sales results? Is your agency giving you a headache? Can you get things done on time? Are you looking for impactful and engaging big ideas to grow your brand? Do you need traffic stopping point of sale materials? With our new state-of-the-art facility in Northwest Arkansas and our experienced industry professionals, we deliver solutions that are engaging, effective, and executable. And we get it done all under one roof. Give us a call or visit us at BravisAgency.com. The Bravis Agency can help.
Welcome to MacaDoodles, where you'll find the best prices and selection in the area, from your hard-to-find bourbons to your liqueurs. Come on in, let us help you.
Welcome to the Wine Cellar. We sell nearly every premium wine in the world. If we don't have it, we'll special order. Our customer service is world class.
MacaDoodles craft beer selection is second to none, with over 1,000 local and national craft beers available.
MacaDoodles, fine wine, beer, and spirits, and world-class customer service at the Arkansas and Missouri Line North.
Quentin?
Checkmate.
A man of many talents, chess and beer.
Brett, nice to meet you.
I'm seeing a bar here, so I think we need to come up here and have a conversation and
Yes,
see
right this way.
what you guys are all about. This is so cool. Quentin, Fort Smith Brewing Company, I'm really getting a sense of the history here as we're on the historic grounds of Fort Chaffee and how that ties into what you guys are kind of all about. A little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. I mean, tell me about that.
Well, Fort Smith, if you don't know, has a long history of beer. The very first brewery in Arkansas was here in Fort Smith. The very first microbrewery in Arkansas was here in Fort Smith. Ironically, we have that original microbrewery system that we're going to be brewing with very shortly. And so, obviously, being a brewery here in Fort Smith, we have big shoes to fill. And so, we're excited about the position we're in.
And why is that important to you? I mean, to be a part of the community, because I know that, you know, utilizing a lot of the industry and, like I say, with the logo and the metal workers and all the things, I mean, what does that mean to you as far as trying to create a sense of how you guys fit into Fort Smith?
Definitely that local economy, definitely leaning on the skill sets that are here, showing pride in our community and pride in the craft work, you know, of the professionals that are here, where you get a lot of national attention from other parts of Arkansas. You don't see as much in Fort Smith, and there's absolutely incredible talent here, incredible professionals here. And so we want our beers to also be a part of that professional community and highlight some of the skill and craft that's here in Fort Smith. We want to be on par with the other exceptional professionals here, and so we're really excited to fill these shoes.
Well, and that's cool because I noticed, obviously, you have taps galore, and it's really cool that you guys embrace all the other Arkansas breweries and, you know, again, fostering that community behavior, you know, that sense, you know, of like, hey, we're all in this together kind of a deal, because there's a lot of taps here.
Yeah, Arkansas is at the top of its game when it comes to beer. I've traveled the whole country having beers. There's great ones in California, there's great ones in Colorado, there's great ones in Rhode Island on the East Coast. And Arkansas beers are right up there with them. And so nobody knows that in the country yet. And so we get a lot of people coming through here on I-40. You know, it's a major east and west interstate through our country. We get a lot of people from out of town, and this gives them a chance to try, sample, obviously our beers, but also a handful of other ones from Arkansas. Because what we want is when people leave here, they say, wow. We want that wow factor, that this is not the Arkansas that I grew up learning about. This is an amazing state that has amazing beers, great community. We want people talking about Arkansas in that light.
Well, and your guys' beers are right up there. I mean, let's go check out the brew house and see how we do it here.
All right, sounds great.
Oh, wow, here we go. Yeah. I mean, so much space you guys have here too, but look at that. That is just, has kind of that, well, not retro for the sake of being retro. It's an old record player, but absolutely. Quentin, this is gorgeous. I mean, tell us about what we're growing into here with this.
So this is the first microbrewery in Arkansas. This was the original Weidman's Brewery. This is fabricated right here in Fort Smith, and it'd been sitting in the old Weidman's Brewery for the last 20 years, and so now we have the opportunity to start brewing on it again, bring back that history, bring back that brewing culture right here in Fort Smith, and so we're super excited about that. Our 1.5 barrel system probably ran out within the first month of being opening, so the 7 barrel system will get us to the next level. We're super excited.
So capacity is going to get you where you guys, people aren't going to be complaining. It's like, we want this and you're out of it. And
absolutely, we'll have that Trailblazer IPA, we'll have the Bill Bradford's Porter. Those will not run out ever again. Please.
And thinking about the flagships and stuff too, sorry to talk over you there. Does it give you guys the opportunity to kind of experiment and have some, you know, other things to offer as well, kind of, you know, try out some styles and whatnot?
That's definitely been an issue for the last year, is because we're trying to keep up with the beers that people like, as we haven't been able to experiment as much because we're just trying to redo those beers that
Right.
are constantly on tap. But with this system, we should make enough of it that we can then get a little bit more creative and have some of those funds with the barrel aging and different things like that.
Right. Things people was, I mean, not to be trendy, but I mean, you know what gets on the horizon, and keep on top of what people are looking for, and that's just amazing to think that you guys, again, taking some, kind of vintage system and growing it to your guys' needs, and thinking about that. It's like all the beers that we're going to get to try, and I haven't had your guys' brews yet, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm thinking maybe we ought to pop back in and maybe have a sample or two. I don't know.
Sounds like a
Is that
plan.
cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Awesome. All right, Quentin, obviously very excited about this portion here because we get to try the beers, and I have not had the good fortune of having any of them yet. So what are we going to start with here?
All right, let's dig right in with the very first one, a Pearl Star. This is our flagship beer. It is a Saison, 5.6%. Very light-bodied. With the Saisons, you're going to notice some spiciness to them. Very light spiciness, that is. That spice is coriander in this one, and some orange pills. And
the name's tying into the historical aspect of everything as well. So Pearl Star.
Pearl Star, she was one of the first female entrepreneurs here in Fort Smith. And
cheers. I believe you said brothels.
She did. She owned a brothel, and we'll take it and we'll talk a little bit more about that. You taste that freshness, that smooth, sweet.
That is, and like I say, for a person that maybe, I mean, most people are familiar with the style, but that haven't had it. I mean, this is a very nice, solid style of that. I mean, you get the spices in the background. They're not so forward, which I think is nice, because sometimes you can just get hit in the face with things, but that's a solid Saison going on there. And what would, if people were doing like a little tasting flight, what would we go to next?
So let's move on over to the Hans Mueller Kolsch.
I'll continue to drink while you pour.
We can do that. Now, Hans Mueller was a German POW here at Fort Chaffee. The Fort Chaffee was used as a prisoner of war camp for a while.
Okay.
And a lot of these structures you see, this particular one was built by German POWs, and on the foundation is inscribed Hans Mueller's name. So
cool. That's awesome.
He built this building right here.
Oh, cheers again.
Cheers. With that Kolsch, super light and easy drinker. Yeah. We are in the River Valley. We have a lot of light beer drinkers here, and so.
And it's solid German style.
And it's solid German style, absolutely. So it's got a little bit more. It's got the flavors and stuff that you want in a craft beer.
Very easy drinking. I mean, this could be. They talk about session beers these days. Not really a session beer necessarily, but yeah, you can go. So where do we go from here? I mean, are we going heavier or?
No, we're gonna do one more light one, and this one is kind of more recent history. This one is called the 504 Girl. And that is for a local business. We have a local salon in town, and she wanted a beverage for her customers when they came in and got their hair did.
They get the hair did.
Apparently, they're there for several hours. I've never been in a salon for several hours, but these ladies are, and they need a nice, refreshing beverage when they do it.
Sorry, I'm breaking protocol here, but okay. Oh, that's very crisp.
And this is a hibiscus Saison.
See a little bit brighter note going on in there.
They were looking for a kind of a rosé style of a beer. I guess a lot of their customers enjoyed the rosé wines, and so we went for that pinkish color and then that really crisp.
Very nice.
This is a French Saison in style.
And then where do we go from here to round up?
Now we're going to the sour, the Elvis Presley sour. So Elvis Presley is famous in this area because he got his first haircut at Fort Chaffee in the military. And as you'll see when you take this sour, it might make your lip curl a little bit, kind of like Elvis was famous for.
I snuck a sip, sorry, I had to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but again, yeah, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, hats off to Elvis for this one. He was pinnacle in the making of this beer, apparently.
Absolutely.
Yeah, name-wise, so awesome. Beers are incredible here at Fort Smith Brewing Company, and you guys really need to come by and meet Quentin and check everything out on your own. Cheers. So what do you guys think of this journey? From the Missouri-Arkansas line all the way to the River Valley. We're finding that the beer culture in Arkansas has passion. It has a sense of community, and it has a sense of history. If you want to find out more, join me, Brett Hightower, on the next episode of Untapped Arkansas.